Hello dear students, our today's topic is a very important heterocyclic compound which is called as thiazole. So let's look at synthesis reaction and some of its medicinal compounds. Let's look at the structure. The thiazole is a 5-membered heterocyclic ring. Here two heteroatoms are present, that is a sulfur and a nitrogen. Sulfur is at position number 1 and with it the nitrogen is at position number 3. So that's why the IUPAC name of this heterocyclic ring is 1,3 thiazole. For sulfur we will use the prefix thia and for nitrogen we will use the prefix aj. The suffix ol is for this 5-membered ring. In this way it will become 1,3-thiazole. Commonly it is also called as thiazole only. So if you find both the names, that means it has the same structure. Now let's look at the synthesis. The first and important synthesis is the hand synthesis. Here the starting material is this alpha chloro or alpha haloketone, and it has to be reacted with this thioformamide derivative. Now both the structures are in their tautomeric form. If we look and compare both the structures, we will find that this alpha hydrogen can migrate on this electronegative oxygen. So with this migration we have the formation of this enol structure, and here also the hydrogen on this nitrogen goes on to the sulfur and the double bond is generated over here. So it also gets converted to this en and ol structure. So these are the en and ol structures which react into the reaction. Here the nitrogen attack on this carbon and the sulfur attack on this carbon. Ultimately by this attack there is release of water molecule, and by this attack there is release of a HCl molecule. With release of water and HCl there is formation of the 5-membered ring, which is the thiazole ring in this case. It is a substituted one because we had started with this starting material where we had a phenyl and a methyl substituent over here. So with this we have a phenyl and methyl substituent in the product also. That's why the name of the product is 5-methyl 4-phenyl 1,3-thiazole. Now let's look at the next synthesis, which is called as Robinson-Gabriel synthesis. In this synthesis the starting material is this N-acetonyl acetamide. Here we can find that on nitrogen there is this acetonyl group is present. So when this react with phosphorus pentasulfide, this carbonyl oxygen of this ketone portion undergoes reaction with the sulfur, and thus this oxygen is get substituted with one of the sulfur. So we get formation of this N substituted acetamide derivative. So if we compare both the structures, we will find that this carbonyl oxygen of ketone portion is get substituted with the sulfur. So here in this case also the alpha hydrogens migrate on to the electronegative elements. For example, this alpha hydrogen migrate on to the sulfur, this hydrogen migrate on to this oxygen. So when the hydrogens are migrated from this position to this electronegative atoms, ultimately this doubly bonded groups are gets converted to their corresponding en and ol structures like this. So here is the generation of en and ol over here. So this is the en and ol derivative of this product, which undergoes the classical reaction whereby this sulfur attack on the carbon which is attached with the hydroxyl group. So ultimately it will be a substitution reaction whereby one of this hydrogen and this hydroxyl group will then be released as water molecule, and in this way we will have the formation of 2,5 dimethyl 1,3-thiazole. So dear student, that is also one of the very important reaction. Now the next synthetic reaction is Cook-Hilburn synthesis. Here the starting material is this alpha amino nitrile derivative. For example, this is the starting material here, 2-amino propane nitrile, which reacted with carbon disulfide. When carbon is attached with 2-sulfur, it will be strongly electron deficient. So that's why this nucleophile, the amino group, attack on this carbon to give us an intermediate species like this. Here we can find that this amino group attack on this carbon. So one of the carbon sulfur bond will be broken down and the pi electrons of that bond will goes on to the sulfur. Now here this carbon is attached with a nitrogen which is electronegative. That's why this carbon will be electron deficient. That means it can be electrophile, and this sulfur which bears the electron is a nucleophile. So there is reaction between this electrophile and this nucleophile, and with this we have the generation of this cyclic structure. The reaction takes place in presence of acid. When the bond formation takes place, one of the bond will be broken down. That's why here is a double bond, and this nitrogen then attach itself with the hydrogen to form this imine. Now once again there is reaction with the acid. The hydrogen then goes on to the imine to get it converted into the amino group, and this hydrogen then goes on to this sulfur as we have seen previously to form the corresponding enol structure like this. So with this we have the formation of this 5-amino 4-methyl thiazole 2-thiol derivative. Next, look at some important electrophilic substitution reactions. The electrophilic reaction takes place at the 5 position in the thiazole ring, and this takes place in presence of electron releasing group only. For example, let's look at this starting material 2-methyl thiazole. This when reacted with bromine in carbon tetrachloride or chloroform, the bromination takes place at position number 5. This methyl group is electron releasing group, and this releases the electron towards the thiazole ring, and thus the electron density will be increased, and any electrophile like this bromonium ion will then attack at this 5th position to form this corresponding 5-bromo derivative. Now let's look at some other example. For example, 2-methyl thiazole reacted with nitric acid in presence of sulfuric acid. So the nitronium ion is generated, which then attack at position number 5th to form the 5-nitrothiazole derivative. The next reaction is the nucleophilic substitution reaction, and this happens when a nucleophile is already attached at position number 2. For example, the reaction of 2-chlorothiazole with sodium methoxide gives the formation of 2-methoxythiazole. Here the methoxy group OCH3- is a nucleophile which attack on this carbon and substitute the chloride nucleophile from here, and that's why we have the formation of this 2-methoxythiazole. The next reaction is the quaternization reaction. If we look at the structure of thiazole, we will find that the nitrogen is there with a lone pair of electrons which are available to be shared with electron deficient species like acids. So the thiazole nucleus on reaction with the acid or the alkyl halide undergoes the quaternization reaction. For example, the thiazole on reaction with hydrochloric acid gives formation of thiazolium chloride. Here this proton, the H plus, goes on to the nitrogen, and thus nitrogen becomes the positively charged and undergoes the quaternization, and this gives the formation of thiazolium chloride because the positively charged nitrogen is in combination with the negatively charged chloride ion over here. The next quaternization reaction is the reaction of thiazole with alkyl halide. For example, reaction with methyl chloride. Here the methyl group is electropositive and the chlorine is electronegative. So this electropositive methyl cation, here in this case, goes on to the nitrogen, and the positively charged nitrogen is then in combination with this chloride anion. So thus we have the formation of this N-methyl thiazolium chloride derivative. Next, look at some important medicinal compounds of thiazole. The first compound is neriazole. Here is the presence of this thiazole ring, and this compound is used as schistosomicide. The next compound is phenetizole. Here the 4,5 saturated thiazole ring is present, and this drug is used as immunoregulating drug. So dear student, that is all about the thiazole and its some important information. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.